All right, give it up for this next comedian. I want you to give it up. He's got a movie right now that he produces and stars in on Amazon Prime right now. And it's called Things Out. Give it up for DocOpp.
How's everybody doing? You're still awake? That's great. I am DocOpp. That's short for Oppenheimer. So I hope you've all seen my movie now. I am not a nuclear physicist, but I am a real doctor. Actually, I'm a retired surgeon. Cool thing about being a surgeon is I've seen a lot of crazy shit over the years. And now that I'm retired, I can talk about it. Because when you're in practice, you got to be careful what you say, but I can say whatever the fuck I want. But I'll tell you, I recently had a life-changing experience, so I got to change my attitude a little bit. I was told that I should be more vulnerable in my act. And I said, fuck that, I'm a surgeon. If you want vulnerable, go see a primary care comedian. But I actually did have a life-changing experience recently. It changed my attitude a little bit. I became a grandfather 6 weeks ago. Yeah, it's great. Gorgeous little baby. I'll tell you, things have changed in the 30 years since I was a dad. Oh my God, the technology is incredible. I mean, even something just simple as swaddling. You got any young parents out there or babies or grandparents that swaddle? It's when you take a little blanket and you put it over the baby to keep them warm. Well, now they have a thing called an extreme swaddle. That's why I call it extreme swaddle. Basically, it's a straitjacket, just like out of the movie Hannibal. You put the baby in, and they're like this, they can't move. You take this extreme swaddle, it's connected Bluetooth their crib. The crib's got vertical slats, it's got a video camera and alarm system. It's baby prison. And I'm telling you, I don't know how these kids grow up. Baby moves a little bit, the alarm goes off, and the SWAT team comes in to take care of it. It's crazy, and how these kids are going to grow up. But besides that, another thing as grandfather, I was just rocking my baby the other, just like a grandfather does, and I started singing a lullaby. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop, blah, blah, blah. When the wind blows, cradle will drop. When the bough breaks, cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all. What sick fuck wrote this stuff? That I'm telling my brand new little granddaughter baby she's gonna fall down and have an intracranial hemorrhage and die. Oh my God. And then I started thinking about Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jack fell down, had a skull fracture. I don't know what the fuck happened to Jill. She probably broke her neck. And I'm telling you, the worst of them is 3 blind mice. Remember 3 blind mice? See how they run? You got a psycho farmer and his wife that watch little blind mice run around. They get bored, cut their tails off, and watch them bleed to death. That's some sick shit. How are these kids? They're going to grow up. How are they not going to be fucked up? But maybe they're going to be fucked up. It's like when guys grow up and put light bulbs up their ass. Yeah, it's not a bright idea. But as a surgeon, it's very satisfying when I take it out and it still works. I think that's where they got the idea for the original Blacklight. Oh, yeah. And I saw a guy from the airport with a Coke bottle up his ass. He didn't pass the TSA screen because it had more than 3 ounces of liquid in it. I'll tell you, some of this stuff you can't make up. On a more serious note, I go to the emergency room one night for a guy with abdominal pain. I said, what's the problem? He says, Doc, I think I got food poisoning. I said, okay. I go to examine him. As I get close to him, I hear a buzzing noise. Bzzz. I go, where the hell's that coming from? And then I notice his belly sort of moving a little bit. Are you sure it's food poisoning? He goes, well, Doc, maybe I sat on something. Maybe he sat on something. I sent him for an x-ray. Sure enough, he's got an object, looks just like this microphone, right in his belly. He may have sat on a dildo. Yeah. You do that over there, anybody? Anyhow, I had to take him to surgery to take it out. I open him up, I take it out, it's still vibrating. Now there's the commercial for the Energizer battery. It's also a great commercial for the dildo company. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. But you know, these things happen to women too. I go to the ER one night for a lady with lower abdominal pains. Can't tell me why, so I have to do an exam. To do an exam, I don't know if you women have had this done, sort of got to put my hand in there and sort of feel around. So I feel this round mass in there. I said, oh shoot, she's probably got a tumor. But then it came off of my hand. I took it out. It was a Wilson tennis ball. Yeah, her last tennis game ended in douche. And then I go to the emergency room and I see a guy with a penile injury. I said, what's the problem? He says, Doc, I stuck my dick in a vacuum cleaner. And you guys done that? Trying to think, why would a guy do that? Well, you think about it, the vacuum, it's got a long metal tube, it's got a strong suction. So maybe he sticks it in a finger. Maybe it's like getting a blowjob or a suck job, something like that. So I said, what's the injury? So he has to show me. He pulls down his pants. He's got a little towel wrapped around his dick. Takes it off. The tip of his dick looked like shredded beef. Yeah. Turns out the vacuum was a shark. But actually, that's not what he did. He didn't stick in the suction end. You flip the vacuum over, it's got the little rotating blade that picks up the dirt. He stuck it in that end. Friend told him it felt good. With friends like that, who needs enemies? So I had to take him to surgery. I fixed him up. I said, next time, use a dustbuster. The penis gets guys in trouble a lot. You know the commercial for Viagra? If you have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, you should seek urgent medical attention. Well, if you're a healthy guy with an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, you are going to seek professional attention, but from someone who only takes cash. And lots of it. The other day I actually heard that Elon Musk and Bill Gates were forming a company to make new ED meds. And they're calling it Elongate. It's not always the penis, it's the prostate that causes problems too in men. The prostate is a very important organ because it controls your urination and your ejaculation. Problem is, you get older, the prostate gets bigger. The bigger the prostate gets, the more you gotta pee, the more often. Sometimes with me, I was going every 1 to 2 hours a night. It's terrible. So one of the treatments is actually Cialis. It's a drug for ED. And it's great because it cuts down on your peeing, but then you feel like it'll come all the time. And now that I'm getting older, when I have sex, half the time I can't tell if I'm coming or going. But I actually had prostate surgery 6 weeks ago. Yeah, for real. But I won't go into details, but if you go to the car wash, that thing they use to clean the tires with a high pressure water? Picture that, they stick that up in there and ream it out. But they don't tell you everything. They put a catheter in there, and they don't tell you everything. I woke up in the morning with an erection. Yeah, it's hard to keep a good man down, I'll tell you. They took the catheter out, everything's okay, but one of the risks with the surgery is actually RE, retrograde ejaculation. That's when your cum goes inside instead of outside. Yeah, it's my wife's dream come true. Word's not out on that one yet. But basically, as you get older, sex changes. Having sex changes. So when you're younger, and you pretty much have sex everywhere, right? You have it in the living room, the dining room, the bath, wherever. But when you're a little older, you pretty much just have it in the bedroom. But you get really old, you got to change your whole sexual technique. You have to learn a technique called the hallway fuck. You pass each other in the morning in the hallway and you say, fuck you. And I think my time is up. It's Randy Opp MD on Instagram.
Woo! All right.